An influential comedian and actor from Hollywood's elite hasn't been shy of revealing his conservative stance in the ongoing battle against woke principles. Best recognized as Tim the Toolman Taylor on the ABC sitcom Home Improvement, and the iconic voice behind Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, Tim Allen is no stranger to Hollywood's limelight. In the recent past, Allen has been under the watchful eye of social justice warriors for his views on woke society and the left, navigating through the eggshell ideologies seen on Twitter and the media. In a world where even the slightest remark about literally anything coming from a comedian sparks backlash, Allen has stood steadfast through the storm, challenging the woke narrative.
Microaggressions, you mean like midget warriors?
Tim Allen has been doing comedy since 1975. That's 49 years if you crunch the numbers. In a story fit for the big screen, his first ever stint in comedy came after a friend dared him to perform at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Detroit. As Allen got more familiar with the comedy scene in Detroit, local TV commercials and appearances on cable comedy shows like Gary Thisson's Some Semblance of Sanity helped him garner some much-needed early acclaim. He went quiet for a few years as a short stint in prison temporarily paused his budding comedic career, but he returned in 1981 stronger than ever. He eventually moved to Los Angeles, where he became a regular performer at the Comedy Store and started appearing on late-night talk shows and in record and film specials. His first ever film saw him play a baggage handler in 1988 as Tropical Snow, marking the beginning of a flourishing TV and film career. After decades of incredible performances and numerous accolades, Allen has been and will be known as a renowned comedian across the globe.
I got tools that fix tools, every goddamn tool they make, and plenty of duct tape.
While woke ideologies become more prevalent, Allen has remained a supporter of the Republican Party, describing himself as fiscally conservative and emotionally liberal. However, as emotionally liberal as he would like to portray himself to be, Allen doesn't seem to have the willingness to keep up with the ever-transforming woke philosophy. He has taken a bold step forward by actively challenging the prevailing narrative of the woke movement.
Of course, these days it's absolutely flip-flop from my mother's words. Sticks and stones will break our bones, but names will never hurt us. And now completely, I grew up like that with 9. And these days now names, you can't say certain things. It's the weirdest time, especially for a comedian like me.
His outspokenness has time and again led to heated debates and controversies, garnering some hateful comments on the way as he challenges the status quo and questions the boundaries of political correctness. Allen's commitment to confront these challenges head-on has garnered both praise and criticism in an era where every word is scrutinized and every action dissected for potential offense. At 70 years old, Allen has been recognized as one of the few outspoken conservatives in Hollywood. However, according to him, he occasionally questions that characterization. Based on his conservative views and endorsement of John Kasich, Allen is a Republican. However, Allen may hold some social views that could be more Democrat-leaning. He spoke out during the U.S. Capitol attack back in 2021 in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, saying, "I want people taken care of on the social side. I think most people are like that. If you think the government can handle stuff, just look at the rollout of this vaccine." He strongly criticized former President Donald Trump and the people who were involved in the 2021 United States Capitol attack. He described the incident as horrible, embarrassing, and shameful, expressing his belief that the rioters likely received internal assistance. Allen also said that the riot had made conservatives feel embarrassed, which affected their public image. The other side of Allen shines bright in the same interview, as he delved into the topic of woke social media, expressing growing skepticism towards its role and influence, saying, "I've never quite understood what social media was about. When my family moved after a family tragedy when I was a kid across the country, and I went from being in a cool group at one school to being at the bottom of the social hierarchy at another, and then seeing things from a different point of view. For me, it reminds me of the cool group at school, and if you don't agree with them, if you don't play the game right, you get shamed, or I don't know what the right word is. I just had this conversation with somebody about my Twitter account. I asked, what am I actually doing with Twitter? This has been really weird for comedy because of this virus. I have no way to express myself because if you're tweeting it, depending on who you offend, the thought police are going to come back."
This is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people, well, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
It's obvious that Allen has a thorough distaste for the current woke standing, and being one of the few conservative representatives in Hollywood, the mob, that takes offense to practically anything a comic says, is ready to batter him on social media for his comments. Shifting through the tides of political correctness and cultural sensitivity, what really triggered the woke mob was this 2022 tweet by Allen saying, "Who is the face of woke? Do wokies have a clubhouse in someone's backyard? Or maybe a cute yet safe playpen somewhere?" Allen has been continuously ignored by the hyper-woke Hollywood because he appears to have the muscle to ask these hard-hitting questions. After putting out his post, Twitter went on an all-out frenzy, garnering incredibly hateful comments from woke influencers and the likes. But this hasn't been the first time he's openly criticized the woke movement. And yes, for everything the comic has said so far, his exposition of the woke ideology has sparked debates across various platforms, igniting discussions on free speech, political correctness, and the boundaries of cultural sensitivity. Another tweet from Allen that really flustered the woke mob was a jab he took on President Joe Biden himself. The tweet read, "Biden was on 60 Minutes. I heard he asked how long the show was." Twitter once again broke down into a riot as the woke mob had a severe meltdown. Many users accused Allen of being disrespectful, calling him a has-been, and saying that his remarks were lame. On the flip side, Allen had his own cavalry that was ready to march into battle, defending him from woke users who can't take a joke. Many applauded Allen's comments and his guts to stand against Twitter's woke army. While the woke mob has been actively trying to thwart Allen, it has not shaken his stance. During the release of the Santa Clauses in 2022, a role that he has reprised over the years beginning with 1994's Santa Claus and its two sequels, Allen revealed that they made sure the series incorporated the fact that the festival is Christian, rather than vaguely describing it as the holidays.
And again, I will say, we will go dive into who St. Nicholas was in this one. And I wanted that, and I love the writers expanded the story, where he really came from. And the spirit of Christmas, again, it's a celebration of the birth of Jesus. And we have to admit that it's a Christian holiday. In these days, people, we don't want to say that. Well, it isn't a Druid holiday.
It only makes sense that a narrative about Christmas should include the religion of the festival. Allen's support for including Christianity in this narrative is both a reflection of his personal beliefs and a broader statement about the importance of accurately representing cultural and religious traditions. It also opposes the woke ideology of secularizing religious festivals, especially Christmas, which has time and again been categorized as a non-denominational holiday. Another of Allen's recent quips saw the comedian remark about his reservations regarding the 2022 box office bomb Lightyear, a departure from the Toy Story universe he's been closely associated with. He pointed out the inseparable connection between Buzz and Woody, suggesting that Lightyear's narrative deviates significantly from the established Toy Story lore. Allen, who hasn't been on the best terms with Disney, considering his anti-woke stance, revealed that although Buzz is essentially the equivalent of the toy Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story and Lightyear are two completely different movies.
Tim, the fans are very upset that you're not Lightyear in this new Buzz Lightyear.
The short answer is I've stayed out of this because it has nothing to do, as I've said a long time ago, we talked about this many years ago, it came up in one of the sessions. I said that what a fun movie that would be, and that was, we spoke about it. All of but the brass that did the first four movies is not this. This is a whole new team that really have nothing to do with the first movies.
Allen's concerns arise from Toy Story's core themes and character arcs, particularly the toys' identities in relation to Andy. This disconnect is evident in Lightyear's deviation from Buzz's original narrative as a toy. The narrative departure likely contributed to Lightyear's underperformance at the box office. Fans hope Toy Story 5, with Allen's return, will realign with the franchise's established canon. In short, while Disney dragged Lightyear through an entirely different narrative, fans weren't necessarily pleased with it. The true voice of Buzz, Tim Allen, was not included in the film. Additionally, Disney's LGBTQ inclination was showcased in the film, featuring the controversial animated guy Kiss, which is now banned in several countries across the globe. Overall, the film bombed at the box office, and one prominent question arose, and has been rising for a while now. Why is Disney so obsessed with promoting LGBTQ and leftist politics in its production? While the woke mob is perpetually trying to blacklist Tim Allen and his work through whatever means they find necessary, it is evident that Allen has remained unfazed. Over his almost 50-odd year career in comedy, the veteran comic stands steadfast, continuing to make a positive impact through his work. However, via his remarks and his political stance, one question remains: is Tim Allen right about the current politically correct culture that's taken over? And does it really take away free speech? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.